Yo, what's good? I'm Lauren, 16, chilling in San Diego, usually vibing with my playlists and late-night in-and-out runs, but my life got wrecked when I caught my twin, Elsie, sneaking out at 2 a.m. with some shady sketch. Suddenly, I'm faking her life, dodging her sus friends, and chasing her wild secret. What's she hiding? Stick around for the tea, smash that like, sub, and share with your squad. I bolted upright at 2 a.m., my heart slamming like I'd just scrolled through a TikTok serial killer thread, because something was not vibing. My throat was drier than a Mojave summer, but a sharp clatter from the garage had me shook like someone was messing with Dad's old skate decks. I slipped out of bed, my bare feet hitting the icy hardwood of our San Diego bungalow, and crept downstairs, dodging the creaky step that always snitched on my late-night in-and-out fries runs. The kitchen was a blackout, but a thin glow leaked from the garage door. I peeked through and nearly yeeted my soul. Elsie, my twin sister, Westview High's ultimate glow-up queen, was stuffing a duffel with spray paint cans, a Polaroid camera, and a sketchbook. A sketch fell out a fierce girl snapping chains, her eyes blazing. Elsie's blonde hair, usually serving Insta-slay, was crammed under a black beanie, like she was pulling a heist. Her phone buzzed, and I caught her hiss. "They can't know I'm out. Tonight's it." "Who was they?" My gasp blew my cover. She spun, her green eyes my exact mirror flashing panic. "Lauren, why you creeping?" she snapped, snagging the sketch. I clutched my ratty Paramore tee, heart racing. "Just water," I lied, but my curiosity was popping off like a viral reel. I inched closer, glimpsing a neon logo in her bag. Studio 47. "Who's they?" "You in deep," I pushed, eyeing her phone. She zipped the bag, voice low. "It's my shot. Art, my escape. Swear you won't snitch to Mom Promise on your secret Spotify breakup playlist." She knew about my sad bops, Elsie. "What's Studio 47?" I pressed. She flashed Peanut, our old nickname, and my heart twinged. "Trust me, it's big. Gotta bounce." She slipped out the side door, leaving me in the chilly garage, my brain spinning faster than a trending hashtag. By morning, Elsie was a ghost. Her room was empty, her Snapchat dead, her Insta stories blank. Mom was a total wreck, pacing the kitchen in her Lululemon tights, gripping a note. "Need space. Don't follow. Back soon." Her event company, Spark Vibe, had a massive fashion show at the Del Mar Fairgrounds in 3 days, and Elsie was the face of their teen line. "No Elsie, no deal. Lauren, you're her twin identical," Mom said. Her CEO energy dialed to 11. "You'll step in." I called her friends, her agent Zip. "I hired a runway coach, but you skipped the session." My stomach plummeted like I'd flunked AP Calc. Me strut a catwalk. I was the girl who wiped out in Crocs, not Elsie, who slayed runways like a Coachella headliner. "Mom, I can't. I'm not her," I protested, but her eyes were desperate. "You can, Ave, for the family. I'm begging." Her voice cracked, and I caved, but my head was screaming. Who's Elsie running from? That afternoon, I raided her room, dodging her shrine of Brandy Melville crops and chunky Fila kicks. Under her bed, a locked journal. I jimmied it with a hairpin judge me later and found a neon post-it Studio 47 Encinitas. Midnight. Stay sharp. My pulse went ballistic. Was Elsie in a gang, an art cult, a secret collab I had to dig? But first, I had to fake being her, and Mark, her ride or die, would clock me faster than a Snapchat streak. He was waiting in the school lot, leaning on his Jeep, his dark curls and skater fit making the cheer squad swoon. "Yo, Rye, you good? You're giving sus vibes," he said, squinting. I froze. Elsie's claw clip digging like a lie detector. This was gonna be a straight-up disaster. and I was already in too deep. I was drowning in Elsie's glitter-dusted bomber jacket and platform docks, her high pony pulling my scalp like it was spilling my secrets. Westview High's parking lot was a zoo jocks hyping the next lacrosse match. Visco girls swapping hydro flask stickers, but Mark's hazel eyes were lasering through me, his skateboard tucked under his arm like a vibe check. You're acting like you forgot your whole deal, he said, tossing his curls like he was in a Hurley ad. My palms were sweatier than a San Diego Comic-Con queue, but I threw on Elsie's Queen Bee smirk, the one that scored her free boba. Just stressing the show. You know I lied, praying he'd buy it. He squinted, then tested me. What's your go-to boba order? My brain blanked. Elsie's fave was taro, mango. I mumbled. His eyes narrowed. Elsie hates mango. What's up? Busted. I forced a laugh, but he nodded to his Jeep. We're late for rehearsal. Ms. Harper's gonna flip. Ms. Harper, Mom's assistant, was running Spark Vibe's show at the Del Mar Fairgrounds like it was Paris Fashion Week. As we cruised down I-5, Mark blasting Travis Scott, I obsessed over that neon post-it. Studio 47, stay sharp. Was Elsie tagging walls in trouble at the fairgrounds? Rehearsal was a fever dream, models posing, lights strobing, Ms. Harper barking through her AirPods. She thrust bedazzled stilettos at me, and I nearly ate pavement just holding them. Elsie, slay that runway, she yelled. My heart was doing a TikTok dance fail, the bad kind. I wobbled onto the catwalk, knees shakier than a first-day freshman. The other models, glowing with rare beauty blush, snickered as I tripped. My reflection screamed, Lauren, not Elsie, and I felt like I was sinking in a La Jolla riptide. Then Jenny strutted in. Elsie's maybe girlfriend, a fashion icon with a septum piercing and a vibe that could go viral in a snap. Her cropped hoodie and baggy cargos were pure slay, and she zeroed in. Babe, you're off your game, she said, slinging an arm around me. My face burned hotter than an Encinitas sunset. Just nerves, I stammered, dodging her flirty grin. Jenny's eyes sharpened. You nervous, and your DMs are whack no heart emojis, no slay. I sent a test one about our beach day, and you replied like a robot. My stomach flipped. She'd clocked my lame texts. I was about to bolt when Mark tossed me a Gatorade. She's cool. Chloe, show's got her stressed, he said, but his glance screamed. I'm on to you. I faked it through rehearsal, sidestepping Jenny's kisses, my brain in full 4 out of 4 error. After, Mark cornered me by his Jeep, the ocean breeze mixing with his coconut sunscreen. Lauren, drop the charade. You're not Rye, he said, arms crossed. My jaw hit the sand. How'd you? I squeaked. He smirked, leaning closer. Mango boba rookie move, and you flinch when Jenny gets handsy. Where's Ree? His dimples unrolled me, and I spilled the note. Mom's plan, the whole dumpster fire. Mark's face went serious. This is wild. I'll help you fake it, but we're finding her. She's been sneaking to an art studio in Encinitas, painting murals. Check this. He flashed his phone a pic of Elsie spraying a neon mural, her smile brighter than a Snapchat lens. My heart twisted. Elsie, my spotlight-stealing twin, was an artist. We're going tomorrow, I said, bold for once. Mark nodded. We'll fake a flu bug to ditch school guidance counselors too busy to care. As we plotted, Jenny popped up, slurping matcha boba. What's the tea, you two? Planning a secret rave without me. Her tone was playful, but her eyes were knives, catching my stiff vibe. I froze. Elsie's jacket feeling like a straitjacket. If Jenny sniffed the truth, Mom's show was toast. And Elsie's studio secret, I was diving into her world, and it was scarier than a viral flop on the For You page. School was a total minefield, and I was tripping through it in Elsie's sparkly backpack and chunky Air Force Ones, my fake smile heavier than my AP Psych textbook. Westview High's halls were buzzing, kids hyping the spring dance, swapping Ice Spice remixes, but I was glued to Mark's pic of Elsie's mural. My twin, the queen of #OOTD thirst traps, was out here painting like a Venice Beach legend. I needed the tea. But lunch with Jenny was like dodging lasers in a Fortnite lobby. The cafeteria reeked of burnt tater tots and regret as Jenny slid next to me, her neon nails drumming her passion fruit baba. "Rye, you're serving weird vibes," she said, her space buns bouncing. "Your DMs, no slay, no hearts. I sent one about our surf sesh, and you answered like a boomer. Spill." My stomach yeeted itself like a bad TikTok trend. "Just show prep," I mumbled, choking on a fry. Her eyes, sharp as her Fenty gloss, screamed, "Busted." Mark swooped in, nachos piled high, grin disarming. "Chloe, she's wiped." "Chill," he said, winking. My face went full-on lava flow, but Jenny's stare was a vibe check I was failing. After lunch, Mark yanked me into the art room, paint fumes thick as a festival haze. "We gotta talk," he whispered, scanning for eavesdroppers. I cracked Elsie's iCloud don't ask and found a vid. She's at Studio 47 with a dude, Jax, talking about claiming her truth. It's deep. My jaw dropped. Elsie baring her soul to a rando. "We're going." "Now," I said, curiosity burning hotter than a Solana Beach bonfire. Mark nodded. Flu excuse is locked in, we're clear. His Jeep peeled out to Encinitas, the Pacific glittering as my nerves did backflips. Studio 47 was a sketchy warehouse behind a poke bowl joint, tagged with neon murals. Inside, fairy lights and lo-fi beats screamed Urban Outfitters ad. We crept past paint cans, my Vans squeaking, until I saw it, a mural of a girl shattering a mirror. Half Elsie's face, fierce and raw. My breath caught. "She's unreal," I whispered. Mark nodded, but a voice boomed. "You're trespassing," a tall guy tatted. "Man bun." Pure skater energy stepped up. "Jax." My pulse spiked. "We're here for Elsie. I'm her sister," I said, hoping he'd bite. Jax smirked. "Prove it." "What's her nickname for you?" My heart raced. "Peanut," I said. He nodded, but his vibe was frost. "Elsie said you'd snoop." "Lauren, she's with my art crew, prepping a La Jolla gallery drop tomorrow. Leave, or I'm calling security." I panicked, blurting, "Wait, remember when Elsie and I built a sandcastle at Coronado? She called it our peanut palace." Jax paused, softening. "She mentioned that. Fine, hit the gallery. Now bounce." Mark went alpha. "Where's Rye?" "Jax, we're not leaving without her." Jax laughed, but Jenny burst in, phone glowing with Snap Map. "Gotcha. Saw you ditch school on Snap." "Mark, Elsie, what's this art nonsense?" Her eyes hit me, then Jax. "You're not Elsie." I stepped up, desperate. "Chloe, Elsie's safe. I swear I'm covering for her. Let me explain." She shook her head, thumb on her story. "Save it. This is going live unless you talk. Now." Mark grabbed my arm, whispering, "We're done." Jax smirked, slipping out, leaving me in Jenny's crosshairs. My Elsie mask was crumbling, and Elsie's secret was slipping away. I felt like I'd lost my twin to a world I didn't even know existed. My heart was pounding like I'd chugged a triple-shot monster, stuck in that neon-drenched warehouse with Jenny's glare hotter than a Palm Desert wildfire. Her phone was a ticking bomb, ready to blast our drama to her Insta army, and Jax's smirk was pure chaos fuel. The studio's string lights flickered, Elsie's mural glowing like a secret spilled, and I felt like I was in a Hulu teen soap with no script. Jenny's voice sliced through. "Talk. Fake Elsie, or this hits my story," she snapped, her thumb twitching. Mark's shoulder grazed mine, his vibe grounding me like a sunset at OB Pier. "Chloe, let's not go viral," he said, but her eyes were daggers. I swallowed. Elsie's clip pinching my lies. "I'm Lauren." Elsie split, and Mom made me play her for the show. "I didn't mean to scam you," I said, voice wobbling. Jenny's gaze softened, but Jax cut in. "Chill as ever. Elsie knew you'd crash." "Lauren?" She's with my art collective, backed by Brood Awakening Cafe. Setting up a La Jolla gallery tomorrow. Want her show up. My head spun. Elsie was running a show with a crew and Cafe Cash. My twin, who lived for Tart Halls, was curating art. Jenny's phone dipped, but her vibe was ice, so Elsie ditched me for paint. And you knew. Mark flinched, curls bouncing. She swore me to secrecy. Chloe, I only had bits. Jenny stormed out, hissing. This ain't over. Jax vanished, muttering about vibe checks. Mark's hand brushed mine. Gallery tomorrow. Ave, you good? You look like you want to yeet into the ocean. I forced a laugh, but my chest ached. Elsie was my mirror. But she'd locked me out, and it stung worse than a bad Yelp review. That night, I tossed in bed, replaying our kid days, Elsie stealing my Tamagotchi, me nabbing her scrunchies. Always a team. Now I was her stand-in, not her sister. Morning hit, and I met Mark at a La Jolla pressed juicery, his kale smoothie calming my jitters. Ready for he asked, dimples slaying. I nodded, stomach in knots. The gallery was a chic alley spot, all reclaimed wood and Edison bulbs, packed with SoCal influencers in thrifted tees and chunky chains, snapping for the gram. Then I saw Elsie paint-splattered cargos, hair loose, vibing with Jax's crew like she'd found her soul. My heart split relief and rage. I stormed over, Mark trailing. Elsie, what the actual heck? She spun, eyes wide, then hugged me, her coconut shampoo flooding back. Ave, you tracked me? I knew you would. Her grin was Elsie, but I wasn't charmed. You ghosted me, Mom. Everyone for this spill. The crowd hushed, smelling tea tastier than their oat milk lattes. Elsie led us to her centerpiece, a canvas of two girls. One crowned, one shadowed, fingers brushing. This is us, she said, voice soft. Mom's been scripting me runways, brand deals, no air. I found Jax's crew at a street art jam. Painting's my truth. Ave. I ran to finish this show. To be me. My throat tightened. I'd envied her shine, not her cage. Why not tell me I whispered? She winced. Thought you'd snitch to Mom. Sorry. Peanut. That nickname cracked me open, flashing to our blanket fort secrets. Before I could reply, Jenny burst in. Face a storm. Elsie, you bailed on me for this. And Lauren, still in costume. A kid in a beanie started live streaming, yelling, "This is wild!" Mom walked in, her athleisure clashing with the artsy chaos Jenny had called spark vibe, spilling Elsie's spot after tracking her to a nearby venue check. Girls, you've tanked my show, Mom snapped. Phones popped up, the crowd buzzing, and I knew we were one tap from a PR nightmare. Elsie gripped my hand, eyes begging. Ave, we gotta fix this. The gallery was a powder keg, Mom's glare colder than a Santa Ana wind, Jenny's phone poised to torch our drama into viral chaos, and a Spark Vibe sponsor, some suit in a North Face puffy, was muttering about yanking funding faster than a canceled collab. The crowd, dripping in thrifted fits and sipping nitro cold brew, was glued, their phones up like we were dropping a sabanger. Elsie's hand clung to mine, her peanut nickname stirring memories of us sneaking Pop-Tarts under blankets. But now we were center stage in a mess hotter than a Joshua Tree rave. Mom snapped. Girls, the show's tonight, and you've ruined Spark Vibe. Jenny piled on, her voice sharp as her stiletto nails. Elsie ghosts me. Lauren's catfishing. And I'm the clown. This is going live. A kid in a tie-dye tee yelled. Spill that tea as he live-streamed. Mark edged closer. His skater vibe, my only anchor in this Coachella-level chaos. Chloe, don't. Let's talk, he said, but her thumb twitched. I glanced at Elsie, her eyes pleading, and I was done being her shadow. Yo, everyone, listen up, I shouted, leaping onto a crate, my Vans screeching. The crowd froze, phones rolling. I'm Lauren. Not Elsie. I faked her to save Mom's show because Elsie needed space to be an artist, not a brand bot. I lied, and it sucked. Jenny, you deserved better. I'm sorry. I faced Mom, heart slamming. You caged Elsie and made me her stunt double. I'm a writer been scribbling fanfics on Wattpad since middle school. We're done pretending. The sponsor scoffed. This is unprofessional. I'm out unless you fix it. Elsie climbed up, paint on her cargoes. Mom, I ran because I was drowning runways. Deals. No me. Art's my soul. And Lauren's a star. Not my backup. Mom's face cracked, tears smudging her mascara. I pushed you like I did your dad. He left because I controlled him. I'm so sorry. The crowd gasped, some clapping. Jenny lowered her phone. Softer. You two are chaos. We need to talk alone. They stepped out, and I saw Jenny's guard drop as Elsie promised trust and boba dates, spilling how she felt trapped. The sponsor cornered Mom, demanding a meeting, but she waved him off, whispering about a PR team to spin the drama. An influencer posted the clip, captioned Twin Swap Tea, but Mom's team doused it with a creative pivot statement. I wobbled down, Mark catching me. You're a legend. Ev, he said, dimples slaying. Mom hugged us, voice low. I'll fix this. You're my girls, not my brand. That night, Elsie skipped the show, but Mom swapped in a backup model, pitching it as authenticity. Elsie's gallery popped off, her art selling to local TikTokers. I was there, in my thrifted hoodie, no filter needed. Jenny and Elsie were back, giggling over matcha. Jenny glowing after their heart-to-heart. Mark found me by a neon piece, his board clattering. So, Ave. What's your spark? He asked, curls in his eyes. My heart did a 360, writing fanfics, blogs, all that. And you, I said, bold as a viral tweet. He leaned in, lips meeting mine, better than any Tumblr aesthetic. As the gallery hummed, I knew I wasn't Elsie's twin. I was Lauren. The next week, I launched a blog, spilling our swap saga, my Wattpad roots giving me cred. Elsie shared it, calling me the dopest. Mom read it, sending a heart emoji, her first. Spark Vibes PR killed the viral buzz, and the sponsor stayed after a closed-door deal. I was done hiding, and it was straight fire. Wow. Thanks for sticking with my wild ride. You guys are legit the best. This whole twin swap chaos taught me to own my truth, chase my dreams, and keep it real with the ones I love, no filter needed. From faking it on runways to uncovering Elsie's art vibes, I learned family's messy but worth fighting for. If this hit you in the feels, drop a like, subscribe for more tea, and share it with your crew. Let's keep the drama popping. See you in the next vid.